Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. My sister is a Karen. I'm Jennifer, and this is my sister Karen.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the conversations that we have when you see someone that is like, I have to go call my sister right now. All the just ridiculous, unfiltered sister talk.
It's
So,
the real stuff.
yes, like no filters, nothing's off limits. And we're back. Jennifer has been very patient. We had a little bit of a struggle. I started a new job where I'm working night shift. And so my schedule is a challenge. What is more of a challenge is that I, like a toddler, like to take a morning nap. And so my morning nap is around 8 p.m. now, which is when I keep saying, like, yeah, I'll record. I'm off tonight. I'll wake up and I'll record. And then I think it's been 3 times that we were going to record. Jen was ready, had everything up, and I was just out to the world sleeping. Um, so I had a little talk with myself, and this is important to us. I went over the talk with Jennifer so that she didn't have to, she could still be mad, but not, I was like, I yelled at myself, but we did have to kind of decide. And we have both decided this is really important to us. We are committed. So we are back. We're going to be on our every 2 week schedule. Sometimes we're not both going to be perfect. My hair this is actually cute from yesterday's braid.
Like to address the fact that I have no makeup on. My hair is just, yeah. I had very little faith that Karen was going to arrive and we were actually going to record. And I told myself, like, if she comes and I do this with no makeup on, that's what's happening because I mean, like, not to belabor the point, but I did get ready a couple of times, like full face, put on a cute top or whatever, and then you were asleep. And so I was like, I'm not doing it again. Like, I worked from home today. It wasn't a day that I had to like get dressed for the public. And I just this is what it is. I do want to acknowledge because we've discussed my eyelashes before. They're actually very blonde. This is leftover mascara from yesterday. I did wash my face. I always wash my face. I do the double cleanse. I remove my makeup, then I do, cleanse. But I didn't do as well at the mascara as I usually do. And I don't even know why, because normally like I use an eye makeup remover that's really gentle and takes it off well. So the mild bit of like darkness that you see above the blue eyes, that's just like leftover mascara from yesterday. But it's a testament to that Tarte Better Than Sex mascara. That stuff is golden.
Wait, Too Faced is better than Sex. Tarte's a different one.
You're right. It's Too Faced. It is Too Faced Better Than Sex with the foreplay primer.
I thought it was the Tarte that you really like.
I do
Because
really
I've
like. There's
used
a
the Too
Tarte
Faced
one
Better Than
that's
Sex. I really like it.
there's a Tarte one that's a tubing mascara, and it's in
Yes.
a purple, and it also has partnered primer, and it's on
Yeah.
TikTok all the time. That's where I bought
Yes.
it. And I do love that, but there are times that it's heavy. Like the eyelashes look heavy. And then also the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara I bought in the brown, and I'm feeling the brown mascaras lately. I do think it's I mean, I'm old now, I'm not as young as I used to be, and I think like a harsh, wet, black mascara can be really harsh on me, and so I like the softer, like the brown. So, the Tarte one that I do love, it's a black, so I don't use it every day.
I love the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara.
That was my standard for a really long time, and I used it with a primer that was not made by Too Faced, but there was a primer at the time. Like for a long time, there was a primer that was just I thought it was really really good, and I used it. But now I'm using this. In all honesty, the foreplay primer could be used by itself. Like it's
Really?
not. It would have about like this effect. Like it's not matte, but it's quite a nice base. And I do think that my lashes stay curled and long throughout the day. um, that's the one I've been reaching for the most. I still reach for that Tarte one a lot, and there was an Essence one that I talked about a long time ago, like Call Me
Mhm.
Queen or something. I still if I'm gonna do no makeup and just and not even, like, curl my lashes, just, like, put a little mascara on to basically have this effect today. I use that Essence one a lot for that.
I use a
Anyway,
milk primer, but my primer is, like, white. Like, I keep thinking, "Oh, I need to get the, like, blue or purple the colored mascaras that are trending now, because if I put that white primer on, they would actually show up." Not that my lashes are so
yeah,
dark that they wouldn't.
the Tarte tubing mascara that's on TikTok that we've talked about before,
Yeah.
that primer is white. It's still a white primer. For a long time, I think they were all white, and then they changed the formulas in the last couple years, and I don't know if that's, like I don't know what that is about, but anyway.
I don't know. The lipstick lesbians haven't talked about that, so I'm not up on that.
No. Yeah. So this is what you get. I the t-shirt I had on was dirty. I was like, let me at least change into a clean t-shirt. Then it's laundry day, so I was like, okay, well this tank top is it for today. Like,
Yeah.
but thank goodness for Botox because
Yeah, I know, I was like, "Your forehead," like, I didn't notice that you didn't have makeup on. I noticed that you didn't have, like, your eyes d but I didn't notice that you didn't have, like, face makeup on because your forehead is like that glass skin that everyone's trying to achieve.
it's the Botox.
I know. The tox works.
Yeah, I lucked out because like my so normally I have some discoloration here. I always have since I was a young teenager. I mean, I maybe my whole life, but I do have pretty heavy dark circles here. And like today, they're looking pretty good. That's just like standard like eye cream and whatever. Yeah. So here we are trying to get back on track. We'll see
Yes.
what happens. But there might have been a mild sister fight over this. So hopefully
Allegedly, might have yeah. Um,
that's what I've heard.
I'm I'm
Just saying
still a
what
little
I
bit
heard the grapevine.
yeah. I'm still a little bit in the doghouse and sucking up. So
Through we haven't recorded our podcast. We haven't talked. We've gotten on the podcast before and then like we haven't talked in a couple weeks. But normally it's been like 2, 3 weeks, or a week and a half. I've barely talked to you in like a really long time. You work nights. I've been on the road a lot for work. Also,
yeah,
to be fair, like it's kind of your jam. If you think somebody's mad at you, you'll just avoid them until the cows come home.
absolutely. Yes. Avoid any confrontation at any cost, yes.
So
I'm
it's
like, "Is
not
she
just that
probably getting more mad?" Probably, and that makes me, like,
even more.
less responsive.
Like, our parents came to visit me, and I didn't even ask, like, "How's Karen doing?" or anything because I was just like, "This is just a rabbit hole." Like, I'm not even going down there with mom and dad. So, yeah. So we haven't I mean, like, we really haven't talked at all in more than a month.
Yeah. It's been I know, 'cause it's been a long time. Because I haven't even told you. So, our parents went to visit Jennifer, and they took a little trip to Sedona, which we took a sister's trip there, a couple years ago, and I loved it. I mean, I think we all had a really good time, but I was, like, saying to my mom before they left, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I was like, everyone there is so welcoming, like, we would go sit someplace to have lunch, and they were like, "Thanks for choosing to join us, ladies. It's lovely to see you." And so I commented because that was consistently, like, people were really welcoming, and, literally almost every place we went, we were thanked for choosing to go there. And I was like, "Wasn't it so nice?" And she's like, "No, you were just really stoned." I'm like, "I was, but so were the servers."
For that
She was like, "No, we had terrible service." I'm like, "You didn't have terrible service." One time someone didn't refill her water, and
service.
so in her head, it's yeah.
We didn't have terrible service. We brought for most of the time for dinner, we because like we all are on like Lucille, my kids went too, and Lucille's on a night schedule. Sam, like everybody has like different schedules and different internal clocks and stuff. So we would order dinner out and bring it back to the hotel, and we would like eat in the lobby. It was like so like we didn't even eat out for dinner. Breakfast, the kids and I went hiking every morning, and we would get up and go hiking, and then we do an after hike coffee. It's like our tradition. So we would go hiking, go get coffee, then come back to the hotel. clean up, and then we would go do stuff for the day. So mom and dad like ate breakfast at the hotel. The only meal that we even had service for was lunch. So I don't know what she's
Yeah.
talking about. We had horrible service.
Well,
No,
and
we
she was
didn't.
like, "It was so expensive." Yeah. You knew that going in, though.
Okay, so let's just side quest for a minute about mom because we've talked before that our mom is actually like inexplicably cheap and it doesn't like make sense the place. I mean, I guess people who are cheap or whatever. Like we all have the right to spend our money how we want to. So she told me we booked this like 6 or 8 months ago. They were in town last spring, and she was
Yeah.
like, I just have always wanted to go to Sedona, blah blah blah." I'm like, okay, and so I go, well, let's. Do you want to come back and let's book a trip? It's like an hour and a half drive from where I live, so let's book a trip and let's go. So she's like, okay. She's like, let's go for my birthday. Well, her birthday is in November. And I go, that is snowbird season. And if you are unaware of the economy in Arizona, everything changes between like from October to about April. The entire economy, the roadway system, everything changes. Hotels, rental cars, like everything changes because a lot of snowbirds come and stay here during the summer from Colorado, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all these places. The second most concentration of retired people in the United States is in
Yeah.
Arizona. The first is Florida. So mom's like, I want to go for my birthday in November. I'm like, you cannot afford to go for your birthday in November. But okay, mom, let's look. So we look at the app when she's there in the spring. We look at the app and she goes, I think the hotel we were gonna stay at was like $700 night in November. So I go back to like early to mid October and it should be like that's where the shift happens. We may be able to afford to go in like mid October. If not, we'll have to go to early October. So we go back to mid October and the hotel was like $183 a night or something. So bam, mom and dad even had a suite. But I had said to her all along, I was like, first of all, it's a really expensive place. It is like anybody who's been there, it's a really expensive place. Secondly, we're going in season. So it's going to be more expensive when we get there. We're like, we get there, we left in the morning and we got there around lunchtime. And I had said the kids and I have stayed at this hotel before. It's not like I've been to Sedona a million times. I've been there 3 or 4 times. But I was like, the hotel that we're going to stay at, the kids and I have stayed at before, there's a restaurant in the similar parking lot and it's a hamburger place. And we thought it was the best hamburgers we've ever had. Maybe we were starving. It could be that we were starving,
Yeah.
but we thought they were really good hamburgers. So I was like, I mean, we can go have lunch there if we want to. So we go have lunch there, and I mean, all for since last spring when we booked it. I told her it's going to be so expensive, and we get in, and she's like, "Oh, this is really high. This is just really, really high." And I'm like, it's Sedona, mom. That's like going to London and being like the prices are so high here. Well, it's infamously expensive.
Yeah. She did that
Yeah.
in Alaska as well, and she would be like, "Well, your dad and I will just split an entree then." Okay.
Again, a famously expensive place is Alaska. Like everyone
Yes.
knows it's incredibly expensive. Everything is expensive in Alaska. Everything is
Yes.
expensive in Sedona.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. She
I
was
know.
just,
I know.
she had to find
I
something to
think they had a
complain
great
about.
time though. I mean, we all had a really
She
good
did.
time.
She
Yeah.
talked about the night sky thing that you guys did, and she said it was amazing.
That's so interesting. I would not have guessed that that was mom's favorite thing about it.
Well, that was what she paid for. So that's
What's it for? Yes. She paid like we all five did this night sky astronomy thing and she paid for the entire like for all five of us. But then like we did a pink Jeep tour also that went like through like some of the red rocks and stuff. Like I paid for the three in my family,
yeah.
mom and dad paid for themselves. So I mean I paid for other stuff too, but you're right. And part of the
Yeah.
reason that she paid for that is because we had done it before and she really wanted to do it. So I was like, yeah, I mean we would do it again, but
Yeah, because she was like, I mean, the pink Jeep was cool, the red rocks, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, this was so, I paid for this for everyone. It was my birthday present to myself.
that's on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that was a little sidebar.
Okay, so let me tell you about something that happened to me. I've been like saving this to talk
I
about it.
know.
Okay, so but if there's anybody listening to the podcast, they may not know I'm actually a really private person. It's not like me to do a podcast where I talk about things that happen to me and like feelings and stuff like that. And I'm incredibly selective on social media. Like to the point that like on Instagram I probably only have like 40 followers or something. Like I just like I have social media. I do interact with it some, but I don't like I'm really careful who I have on there. I don't like the last couple of vacations I took, I didn't even post pictures from the vacations because those are for me, not for like strangers on the internet.
Right.
Um, recently I get this note, you get notifications on TikTok when somebody looks at your TikTok profile. So an ex is looking at my TikTok and I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, first of all, like I have a lot of thoughts about this, okay? Without going into which ex it is, I'm pretty sure you can imagine which one it is. I have thoughts. To start with, there's social media that you can go look up and I don't get notified.
I know, like stalk you on Instagram and Facebook. LinkedIn, never click on the profile.
Dude,
TikTok, don't click on the profile.
and this same ex has looked about every 4 to 6 months. I can kind of clock it. He'll look me up on LinkedIn. Like I've seen him. Yeah. But this was new, the TikTok thing. And I was
Wait,
what
I
is
didn't ask this because we haven't really delved into this. Was it your personal profile on TikTok or was it the podcast profile?
no, it was my personal profile because I don't really even have access to the podcast profile. Here's throwing you under the bus. That's your jam. You do that.
I was just like, did we get another follower?
No, we didn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe we did. But I have shared, like we put the clips up from the podcast and I share them on my social media, on my TikTok, and sometimes even to Facebook and stuff. So I'm like, so now he knows I have a podcast, which I don't care. Like I did put that out there. Like that's
Yeah.
his business if he wants to watch it. And maybe like his fiance's business if he's engaged, because I sort of thought he was. But that's not my problem. But I'm just like I didn't block you. Like I didn't block him on any social media. I probably should have. I didn't. I did block him in my phone. If he could have called me for all I know, and I wouldn't know. I blocked him on both my work phone and my personal phone, so I wouldn't know if he's called or texted. But I'm like, there are ways to look me up incognito.
Yeah.
Like, why would you go look at the places where you know I'm going to see? And also, like, what are you looking for? Like why it's not been 6 months. It's been a number of years since this guy and I broke up. As a matter of fact, it's been a number of years since
Yeah.
this guy and I broke up. I do believe he's engaged. I could be wrong. Maybe he's married. Maybe I don't know. But at one point, there was a report from two different people that he was engaged, and I was like, great for him. Like I don't like there's just not like that isn't there anymore. But I'm also like, you know how to use social media, ex-boyfriend, and you knew that when you looked at LinkedIn and TikTok within a month of each other that I was going to see that. Like what were you hoping I would get like nostalgic of you or that I would reach out to like what was your end game here? Like what are you doing? I'm great.
Well,
Like I'm
and
great.
you're,
Like look at me. Even with no makeup on, I'm great. Like
yeah.
and I don't have to like go advertising that I took vacation to Alaska and that I have, these many friends and I'm going to Friendsgiving with like I don't have to advertise all that stuff because I know that I'm great. But I'm like, what were you even looking? What the fuck are you looking for? Go back in the hole that you belong in. Go crawl back under the rock.
Well, and why is anyone looking at your TikTok? Have you posted a single video ever to your TikTok? Yeah.
Absolutely not. You know what's on my TikTok? My sister is a Karen reshares. There's a girl named Coach Jackie who does like female sports updates or whatever. I like a lot of Coach Jackie's stuff that's on there. There's probably some feminist rage things on there or like perimenopause rage. While I like something that might, and then a lot of gym girl stuff like This is the protein I ate to grow my shoulders or whatever. It's just the life. I mean, it's just I don't even share the only things I think I even share are our podcast. I don't think I even
I
share.
Right, so it doesn't even give any information, and this person would know that as well because he was with you
He
long
knows how to
enough
use
that
social media.
right, and he also knows that you're not out there doing TikTok dances and the latest trends and shit like that.
No.
Like, that's never something.
No, that's never my brand. And the things that I share or that I like, like the Coach Jackie updates about feminine women's sports or like he would already be like he would already have known that about. Those aren't new things to me.
Right. Like, there's no new information to be found.
And even if there was, why do you why do you care? There's nothing here for you anymore, and I don't care. But I do because I'm so private, I do get a little triggered. And then like I will clarify it didn't end amicably. I have other exes who like remember I dated that guy lunch date for a long time. Every once in a while lunch date will show up on LinkedIn and I'm like this guy needs to go back to his own life, but it
Yeah,
ended amicably and it's fine. And he's even messaged me like, "Hey, how are you doing? This is what I'm up to." And we'll exchange a few text messages or not text, but like DMs on LinkedIn or something. They're totally benign. And then that's it. Like I don't hear from him again for a couple of years, or maybe never. I don't know.
right.
But I think when it ends amicably, it's different. But like when it ends in
Yeah,
ugliness and like I have blocked you, like if I didn't give you access to reach out to me via telephone, I don't know why I didn't block him on TikTok and stuff. Well, I know why, because I never dreamed that he would go looking for me.
right. Well, and why do we have to like, because to me, it irks me when I have to go to the trouble to block someone
I
because I'm
agree.
like, can you just be a grown like, we're done. It again ended badly. We don't neither of us wants to get back together. So why are you on my profile?
Yeah. You want to, go look at the ones you can look at incognito.
Yeah, especially if you haven't blocked him on social media stuff. Your nails are fabulous, by the way.
So can we just talk about them for a second?
I know I was like, "Oh, polka dots and different colors. I
No.
love."
So, I've always done my own nails. I do the old fashioned nail polish. I file them, I polish them, and I do them about once a week or so. And I mean, they're done all the time on the podcast. You've commented before, like, oh, I like that nail polish color or whatever.
Yeah.
I've always done that. I never wanted to do the gel because I just like one, it's a little like I enjoy doing them myself. Like it's something that, I can sit in there and paint my nails. It takes about 45 minutes and I like doing it for myself. I like having my nails done. Um okay, so maybe it's a new menopause symptom unlocked. I don't know. But nail polish doesn't stick to my nails the way it used to. Like I'm having a lot of trouble with nail polish like peeling off,
Uh,
and I'm using the same process techniques and products that I've always used. So then I changed to base coats and top coats a couple of times. Then I changed like I bought some different brands of nail polish that I'd never used before. Like I've done a lot of different things and it's not all the time, but it's a fair amount of the time that the nail polish peels off. And so what'll happen is like I travel for work. So I'll be
yeah.
like in Atlanta for work and one nail polish or one nail, like half of the polish has come off. And now I'm stuck in Atlanta with my nail looking like, embarrassing. So my daughter talked me into going to do the gel. So this is the first one that I did. Thank you so much for noticing it. I do love it. I have an appointment to go back again in a few weeks. I don't know if I'll do it I don't know because, you have to stick your hand in that UV thing. And I think we've talked before, like I've had skin cancer. I'm really, really careful. Like I feel like we were raised being careful with our skin and sun exposure.
Yeah.
We've definitely talked about it because we talked about the sunburn, episode. Um, so I'm really careful, but I bought some gloves that I put on when I stick my hand in there. So I don't know. For now, I'm gonna get Christmas nails in a few weeks. I'm excited about it, but we'll see what happens.
I think I'm gonna go back to doing the gel nails. I was doing those stickers, and my nails are like pee pee caca poo poo. They have all broken and they break down at the quick or lower. They're finally starting to kind of grow out, but I mean, I sent you that picture and I was like, oh my God, like they're all
You
broken.
did.
Yeah. And like the thumbnail, I was like, they're breaking like really low too. Um,
Yeah.
so I
I
take
do wonder if there's something in the perimenopause, like hormone, shifting or whatever, because I'm not the only person I know who talks about like their nails like suddenly don't grow long or like I've also heard people say like I've never been able to have long nails, now my nails grow really long. Mine still get, I mean, these are pretty short for me. Mine still get really
yeah.
long. They don't break a whole lot, which is part of the frustration. Like they should look really great when I polish them because they get really long. They have a really nice shape on their own. They don't break very often. They're really strong, but they're
Yeah,
just
you
not
have
holding the
really
polish.
good natural nails.
I do, but they're not holding the polish. So I am getting them done
Interesting.
now.
Yeah, I even take a hair, skin, and nail vitamin supplement, and my nails are still I mean, like I said, they're because I'm like, "Well, they grow fast," and I can tell that they grow fast from the vitamin, but, I mean, if they're not strong enough, then I mean, and
Yeah.
I can't have my nails breaking super low and all that. I put hand sanitizer on my hands way too much.
Yeah. Yeah. And probably do you use a lot of gloves at work too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which are not
Yeah,
good
so
for the
when they're,
nails.
like, snagged and chipped as I'm taking gloves like, putting gloves on and taking them off,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the nails have really, been a hassle, and I like having mine have never been as long and pretty as yours, but I like having because I have big hands, and I feel like when my nails are short, I really feel like I have man hands.
I've ever noticed that you have big hands. Are they big because you're a big person, or are they
Yes.
big
They're I mean, they're
disproportionately big?
no, I feel like they're proportionate to my body, but,
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a small woman.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like it feminizes my hands more to
I get.
have longer nails.
Yeah.
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 So,
So that's the
okay,
story
let's
about my
go back
nails.
to social media stalkers
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I don't like when exes do, but I don't know if you remember, there was a very toxic work environment that I was in at a previous job, and it wasn't actually the whole work environment. It was just the one person. And
Think I.
uh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, she was serious just awful. And shortly after we started the podcast, she looked at our TikTok profile and I was like, because like
You
I
did.
honestly hadn't thought about her and I was like, oh my God, I'm still under her skin. I won. And
Yeah.
that's the only time that it's okay to have someone that but like she did it I mean, as far as I don't check our but, like, she did it one time, like, looked at
Mm.
our profile, and I was like, "I don't even care that I've gained weight," and she can be like, "Karen's fat now." I'm gonna be like, "Living my best life, bitch."
Yeah. I do remember when that happened, and you called and you were like, "Oh my god, so and so was looking at the podcast TikTok profile." And I do have to admit there is some. I mean, even when that happened, like I had like a little bit of like satisfaction from it having happened.
Yeah, but you don't get that satisfaction with an ex. I mean, because you already won because you got rid of him. Like
Yeah, I will admit, like, I do know there are other people, women and men, who would be like, "Oh, this ex is looking me up, like, I still got it." And I'm like, I didn't need him to look it up to know that I still got it. And I actually like today, it did not end amicably. True. Like today, I don't care anymore. Like I don't mourn for that relationship or like I don't care anymore. And I do feel like ultimately like I won. I'm living the life that I wanted to live. I live where I want to live. I work for the company I want to work for. I know there's a hair that's being weird. I know like I feel like I look good. I'm really strong. Like I'm living my best life. I go to the gym.
yeah.
I eat, whatever. And I'm like, "But I don't care. Like, I don't care what you're doing, and I didn't need like, I there's no ego boost for me because I don't care."
Because he's not relevant to your life anymore.
And it's just for me, it's a little bit invasive. Like, it feels a little bit like I am not like other people our age because I leave people behind all the time. Like, when I move around a lot. As an adult, I've lived in a lot of states, and when I leave one place, I really almost never go back to that place after I leave it. I don't really usually stay in contact with the friends I had there. I mean, there are exceptions. My friend Brenda, my friend Dawn, like there are exceptions, but not very many. Like really
Yeah.
not very many.
Yeah, where I like when I was traveling, I still keep up with people that I met and worked with for like 3 months at a place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we are very different about how we because I like my Facebook basically is just for me to keep in touch with random people. And if I see like if someone, was working in Arizona, I'd be like, okay, how do you like it? How'd you get on? What agency?
Right.
But you are better at, like, not having to hang up. I mean, I think it's I think it's valuable both ways, but I do sometimes think to myself, like, everyone that comes like, I just because I get along with someone and work with them and whatever, I don't need to maintain that.
You
Yeah,
do
you're
is
way
more
better at that.
common. What?
I said, "You are way better at," and it doesn't mean that you didn't like that person, but,
No.
like, you don't have to keep in touch with everyone like me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're much more common, your way of staying in touch with people because social media has made it so easy to hold on to people. And for me, I'm just like, I mean, is this somebody who I'm really gonna be friends with 5 years from now? No, then I'm done. It doesn't mean I mean, like, for example, I lived in Texas for a number of years. There were people there that really, like, had an impact on my life during the time that I lived there. They really were meaningful to me, like, they mattered to me a lot. And, I mean, there's still one person there, and if she were to reach out and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Arizona," I'd be like, "Let's get together." But other like, I just don't like, I am okay setting that, which is not it's not common. I don't think very many people are like that, and I've even had people, like, comment to me about it, like, just saying observing it or whatever. Um, and I think for me, because I don't hold on to people like that, that's the other reason that, like, when an ex, especially, an unamicable ex, comes back and is, like, invading my privacy, looking and it's not private, like, it's out there on the internet, like, I get that, but it's still I'm like, "Go mind your own fucking business." Like,
Right,
I didn't invite you to know that my dog has a cute pink collar or whatever it was that you looked at, you know?
right. I do get that. There was this guy that I went on a few dates with, and it didn't end like bad, but it was just like I was like, "Look, if you can't ever make time for me, then I'm not really," like after he canceled like 2 or 3 times, and then I didn't take him off of my Snapchat, and he responded to a story that I posted and was like, and I responded back and I was like, "Why are you even looking like we aren't friends. We went on like 4 or 5 dates,"
Yeah,
because I also like it's okay to let people go. I
it
mean, like
is.
with him, like it wasn't like amicable. It was we didn't even really get started enough to,
Right.
and I'm like, why are you yeah. But if it's an amicable ex, I have this one ex and the mofo just can't hold on to a phone number. So I can't ever keep him blocked. And he'll like randomly every 9 to 12 months just send a text from a random phone number and be like, I miss you, whatever. And then I just add it to like if you look at my blocked contacts in my phone, people are like, "Who's I have
Him?
no idea. Not a clue." I'm like, "But some of those I know are a particular ex." Yeah, but I don't just grow up. I don't wanna have to block you. If I say it's over and don't contact me again, that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like, we spent years together. Hang on, let me do something on the printer. We spent years together, and he does know how I feel about, like, collecting people, so to speak, or letting them go. Like,
Right.
he knows those things, and so I'm like, I mean, is it that hard to just respect it? Like, I don't it's not, or just, like, stalk me where I can't see you, dummy.
Yeah, because
Like, honestly.
right, like, why do it on a platform that he knows you can see it and that you don't post anything? Like, because he's just
Don't. I mean,
that's
I don't
just
even know, like, my kids graduated high school and college, like, what they graduated high school and college in a 2-week window. I
yeah,
don't even know if I posted anything about that. And I was a super proud mom. Like, I was a super proud mom. Like, that's one of the highlighting achievements of my life is that my kids both graduated and, my son's in college now, but I didn't even post that. Like, I don't post stuff on social media. I don't like we've talked about like doing some of the TikTok trends for the podcast, like to,
yeah.
create interest or whatever. And we've never done it. But it's just I don't no, it's fine. My son is trying to print something for class, speaking of college. So
Yeah.
I just don't I'm like, "Well, you already used to know me. I haven't changed that much." Like, I probably haven't changed at all, to be honest. So, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's on wallet print.
You used to
Hold
and
on. Hold on.
when our kids were littler, I feel like you were good about posting photos of you and the kids when you would do cute stuff, but you've never really been like, neither of us has ever been, like, huge, like, selfie queens or, yeah, like, neither of us are gonna be doing any TikTok dances.
Well, your boobs don't or they're not
No,
conducive to
they're not
that.
made for that.
No. And I mean, I'm not really a dancer, so, I mean, I like taking selfies and, like, in general, I mean, I don't take them right now, but in general, if I do take selfies, I'm taking them for, like, I'm sending them to you, like, "My hair's on fire today," or,
Yeah,
like, I'm sending them to our other sister or, like, a friend or something, and I'm like, I'm wearing my favorite dress, feeling myself. And if I'm dating somebody, then I probably am sending him selfies as well. Same thing, though. But I don't even if I take them, I don't really tend to post them a lot of the time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was probably disappointing when he did go and look at my TikTok. Probably like, "This girl's still boring," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
I hope so. I hope he was like, "I wonder what she's up to, she's so mysterious."
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know some people find it flattering when an ex goes and stalks them on social media. I know a lot of people find it flattering, and in sort of the same way that you felt satisfied when that ex coworker went and looked you up and you were like, "I won." You know, Personally, I find it invasive and maybe mildly disruptive. I'm just not a fan of it. I also though, I literally don't know that I've ever gone and looked up an ex. Like I if they haven't reached out to me at, like again, lunch date, like I hear from him every couple of years, he'll reach out and be like, "I'm doing this
Yeah,
thing right now," or whatever. And that's fine because we ended amicably, it was totally pleasant, but I don't think I've ever gone and looked him up. Like, I just basically am like, I don't like, I just it's my past. Like, you can live your life and I'm gonna live mine, and you don't need to know what you're doing. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't think I care what you're doing. I don't know.
yeah. I will s I just thought of this, when I like, a few years ago, when I first got a TikTok, my baby daddy, like, requested to follow me.
I remember.
Yeah, and normally I would just ignore, but, like, I literally sent a thing and I was like, "I'm not gonna ease your conscience that you have not laid eyes on your child in, over a decade by letting you pretend to know who he," and I don't even post anything on TikTok,
No.
but that one, and I'm just like that one, but I'm like, don't request me as a friend on Facebook so that you can pretend to know who your child is because you have no idea who your child is.
Yeah. Even when we do post photos or updates about our kids, they're very superficial. I
Yeah,
mean, earlier you made the point that when my kids were younger, I did post a lot of things about like we went to see Beauty and the Beast live or whatever. And we never lived in town with grandparents and at the
right.
time our grandparents, we had 4 grandparents until we were very old. We have a lot of aunts and uncles who are very invested in our lives, and, like, the whole, like, it takes a village. I mean, it took all of our parents'
Yeah,
siblings and even some neighbors and, like, some best friends of our moms and stuff like that, and so I would post pictures of, like, Lucille's science project or whatever it is, like, I would post those things so that people could see, but then at some point, like, the kids get old enough and it's their decision what they wanna post,
right.
and I'm
But
not
I
gonna
I
police
also
it
think
anymore.
what we tend to post about our kids is really very superficial. Like, I'm not
Totally.
posting deep, dark secrets, I'm not posting like, I'm not posting what my kid is struggling with
Right.
or anything like that. Like, it's the happy snapshots so that people can be like, "Oh my gosh, look at what Lucy and
Yeah, Michael got really tall or, like, just
Right.
whatever, like yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, when Lucille had, like, a science project or,
Mhm,
Sam got his braces off or whatever.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, I mean, really, sometime middle school, high school, or maybe younger, I'm not sure, probably depends on your own family, but I think with my kids, it was middle school, high school when I started like, I would start being like, "Is it okay if I post this, Sam? You got your braces off. We went to the movie together because you could eat popcorn. Is it okay if I post it? Yeah, mom, it's okay." And then eventually I'm like, "It's their job to post their stuff." Like that, like
Right.
they're old enough, they should have the control over that. So then I don't do it anymore. And like I said, I mean, we took that awesome vacation in Alaska. We did a whole podcast episode where I talked about it. And I don't think I posted a single picture of us in Alaska. We had an amazing time. There are a lot of photos of Alaska, like a
Yeah.
lot of photos, some of us, some of all of us, some of individuals. I didn't post it. I'm like, it's for us. Those are for us, not for you.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah. So yeah. I think, people, if you didn't leave someone better than you found them, you should probably stay off their social media.
I like that. That's
That's how I feel
I'm
about
gonna
it.
that's gonna stick with me if you didn't leave someone better than you found them. Okay, you had a parenting story.
Okay. So my daughter, is in this like journey to adulthood, graduated
She's killing
college.
it.
She
She's
lives
already
at
more
my
adult than
house.
me and our younger sister.
Yeah, she does live at my house still for free, but she's saving money, bought a car, she has a real job. She's working in her like she's using her college degree in the job and she's making like good money at this point. So she's got this car that she bought, like it's been about a year ago. I don't know what's happening there, but these extensions are like singled or something. Sorry. Okay, so she's got this car that she bought like a year ago, and she's driving home from work one day, and something must have hit the sunroof just right, and the sunroof shattered. And she's driving, and she actually had the sunroof like open, and so it's like raining glass in the car while she's driving. This is a totally true story. So, and of course, this happens in the one time a year that it rains in Arizona.
Yeah, naturally.
So it's raining inside the car. Well, she's got to make an insurance claim. And she's to be fair, she's still on my insurance policy. I don't care. But she's still on my insurance policy. So I'm like, okay, well, like, cause she's like, mom, help me. I can help, but to be real, like, I haven't made an insurance claim in a really, 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 really long time. Knock on wood, like, I haven't wrecked a car, had a ticket, had a damage. Like, I haven't. So I was like, I mean, it's in the app, so we're
Yeah.
going through it, whatever. So then I'm like, it might be worth it to figure out how much it costs to replace that sunroof because it might make more sense to replace the sunroof out of pocket because I happen to know that she has a lot of savings. She has a lot of money in her savings account because she's living in my house for free. So I was like, I mean, your deductible is going to be $500. So it might make sense if it's $1,000 to just replace the sunroof out of pocket and not make a claim, which can then
Right.
cost on the premium. And we have this conversation a number of times, and she's like, "Well, but the deductible and like I'm just going to pay the $500 deductible." And I'm like, "Yeah, but your premium is going to go up. Well, it's my policy, it's in my name. She pays for her car on the
Yeah.
policy." And so I'm like, "It's going to go up though, is the thing." And so like I don't and you never can tell like if the premium's going to go up $10 a month or if it's going to go up like $200 a month. Like I don't know. And she's like, "Well, I talked to the people at the insurance company and they said that it's not going to go up because they always say that. They always say like, "Oh, this isn't going to make it go up." Bullshit. They had to pay money. So after the whole thing is said and done, like she's gone and picked up the car. He's got it back. The sunroof is sparkling again and she loves the car again. And we're talking about something else. And she goes, something about the car. And she goes, "Well, since the deductible's been met." And I go, "What?" She goes, "Well, I paid the deductible on the car. So the deductible's been met on the car. Like, how long is that good?"
She thinks it's like health insurance?
I go, "For that one incident. It's good for one incident." And she's like, "What? This feels like a scam. What do you mean it's only good for one incident?" I'm like, "It doesn't, the whole time, my brain is like going like, he doesn't understand." I didn't know it until we had this conversation. And now I'm like, he thinks this works like health insurance. Like you meet the deductible and now everything is covered.
Yeah, she could go total that car out. It's
That's what
like,
she thought.
yeah, exactly.
That's what she thought. And I'm like, no, that's not how. So car insurance does not work the way that health insurance works. And she's like, "Well, where is that written somewhere?" And I'm just like, "I guess I'm telling you now. And I guess that's on me that you didn't know that before. But I just assumed that you understood that the deductible for the car is different than the deductible for the
I'm like, I'm probably gonna have a conversation with my son. Make sure he knows that.
deductible was different. It didn't like accumulate the way that your health insurance deductible does." How did I learn that? I don't know how I learned that, but you didn't know. And that's
Yeah.
on, I mean, like I said, that's on me. I mean, maybe it's on her absentee dad. I don't know. But either way, so the whole time that I was saying to her, like, it might make more sense to pay $1,200 out of pocket and replace the sunroof
Then
yourself instead of having a claim against the insurance. To her, she was like, "Why would I do that? Like, now I'm going to have it hit my deductible." Like,
yeah.
the conversation that I was having with her made no sense whatsoever in her brain. But to me, I was like, what you're doing actually doesn't make sense. It makes sense if you don't have $1,200 because it was $1,200 to replace or maybe 14, but it was in that neighborhood. In my mind, it doesn't make, if you have $1,400 or
Yeah.
$1,200, it doesn't make sense to make the claim against the insurance for you're only, I mean, it's only twice what you were already going to do. So, but we had this conversation on repeat over and over again, and he never understood what I was trying to say. He was thinking like a health insurance deductible, and she's like, "Well, now we've met it." I'm like, when we uncovered
That you
that
guys are not
she
even
didn't,
having the same conversation?
when we uncovered that, she was like, "So if it's only," she's like, "That's a scam. That seems like that doesn't seem right. That's a scam. So it's only good for that one incident." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's how car insurance works. It's only good for that one incident." And then she's like replaying and catching on to what I was saying, and now I'm replaying, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's why she didn't understand. What I said was so logical, but she didn't understand it.
Right. That
So she didn't
is
know. So
oh,
anybody else who has like late teenage, young adult children, you might want to check in on what they're understanding about deductibles because my kid is real smart and he had no idea.
Yeah, so you should also, I don't know if you have the phone insurance, but the phone insurance is like car insurance as well, okay? Because
Yeah,
that's
we
why
don't
I
have
never
it.
get the phone insurance because I'm like, "You still have to pay, like, a
Yeah.
200 whatever."
No, and I always tell my kids, like, because I pay for their phones, and I don't make them pay, like, for their monthly bill or whatever, so I always tell them, like, "If you want the insurance, you'll have to pay for that because 'cause I'm not paying for it. If you break the phone, you just have to buy a new one." That's how
Yeah.
that happens.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, I just like, public service announcement to all of us Gen Xers who are raising Gen Z and younger millennials, like, you might wanna check in and see if they understand the difference between a health insurance deductible and a car insurance deductible because they do not work the same, but they have the same words.
I'm literally gonna check in with my
Yeah,
Gen Zer.
yeah,
Wow. Alright, so we are gonna be back. We're gonna wrap up because 'cause it's been almost an hour, and we thought it was gonna be a short episode.
we did. I forgot I had this story about Lucille. I forgot about that.
Well, you had put it in the outline, and I was like, "I wanna hear this story."
Yeah,
So we will be back in 2 weeks, every other Wednesday. We're also, by we, I mean me, I'm also gonna get back to posting, on TikTok and then sharing those on Instagram and all that stuff. So follow us on all the social medias and tune in.
yeah, thanks for I mean, if there's anybody who's listening now that used to listen before we took our unintentional hiatus, like, thank
Yeah,
you for sticking with us, and maybe we'll grab some new listeners now, I don't know.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
alright, I'll talk to you later, Jen. Love you.
Okay. Alright, see ya. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.